Hey everybody, I'm the Guitar Geek. It is freezing cold, it's November, and I'm testing the UV4 from Xvive. The U4 is a budget-friendly wireless in-ear monitoring system. This funky little thing is the receiver, which has a belt clip on the back and a headphone socket in the top. Here's the transmitter, and this plugs into your mixing desk or audio interface. Also included in the box is this jack to XLR connector, so you can plug that in there, like so. You need that adapter to plug into the aux out, which brings me to my first point. That is rather sticky outy, isn't it? If I was going to be using this professionally, I would definitely invest in a cable adapter so I could hide this somewhere away in the rack unit, or indeed maybe even put on top. Let's do some close-up beauty shots and I'll run you through the specs. It operates on the very popular 2.4 GHz frequency. The signal-to-noise ratio is up to 107 decibels, which apparently provides clear, detailed audio at any volume. Just as with the rest of the wireless products from Xvive, this is charged with a double micro USB cable. One thing you should be aware of is the batteries are internal, so you can't change them out, like to put some AA's or something in there. That means that these have a lifespan. Sooner or later, through charging and discharging, these are going to die, but you should get quite a few years out of them before that happens. You should. If you haven't used a wireless in-ear monitoring system before, it is super simple to set up. Of course, every mixer is different, but there are several things that are consistent. This is my mixer, and here are the inputs. So for argument's sake, let's say this is an acoustic guitar and a mono synth and 2 microphones. Over here are the main outputs going to the speakers. Underneath the main out are my aux outputs, just here. To make it easier to see, I'm going to take the main outs out. Now you can clearly see my aux outputs. This has 1 and 2. I'm going to go for 1. It doesn't matter which one you choose. So the sender is now plugged into the adapter. I'm going to turn it on, and it will default to channel 1. Plug that in aux 1. Here's the receiver. I plug the headphones in, and then a little tip, turn it all the way down first so you don't blast your ears off. Turn it on, and that's also going to select channel 1, so these will now be paired together. Anything you send to aux 1 of your mixer will come out of the transmitter, through the airwaves, into your receiver, down the cable of your headphones, into your very ears. Job done. So if you're at a gig and this is plugged into your mixing desk, this is on your belt with some headphones plugged into it, you need to know how far you can go from the mixing desk before it cuts out. Xvive claimed that that range is 90 feet or 30 meters, which just happens to be the exact approximate length of my garden. Over to you, Frozen Andy. I know that my garden is 30 meters from here to that fence at the back over there, so I'm going to walk over there and see if this makes it all the way there or if we have any dropouts. Follow me. Okay, it seems to have made it all the way over there pretty easily. I'm going to go around the corner of the house now so that there's a blockage in the way. Dropped out just as I got around the house. To see how far I went, follow my drone shot. It was crazy cold outside, but it was worth it because the U4 does deliver. It does do over 90 feet. Don't forget that was a clear path from transmitter to receiver, and in the real world there will be things in the way, such as speakers, people, bass players. The latency is 5 milliseconds, which some people claim that they can hear or feel. So let's ask Siri. Hey Siri?
I'm listening.
Oh, great. What is the perceived audio latency that people can hear?
Okay.
According to the god of all knowledge, that is Wikipedia, it takes sound around 3 milliseconds to travel 1 meter. The U4 has a latency of 5 milliseconds, which is roughly the same as being 2 meters from a speaker. And if I had a monitor speaker, I would be roughly 2 meters from it. Interesting. In conclusion, 5 milliseconds is fine with me. Regarding the sound quality, there's no real scientific way that I can demonstrate that to you because there's so much going on between the U4, the camera, the microphone, the internet, and your ears that it just doesn't make sense. But I could show you some of the gear that I used to record the distance test, and you can have a listen to that. The audio was coming out of the iPad via the iRig Pro Duo from IK Multimedia. Into the adapter is the U4 transmitter, and I was powering the iRig Pro with this portable power bank from Box King. On the receiver side, you might think that I was just plugging the headphones directly into the receiver of the U4, but I wasn't. I plugged the jack cable into the U4, the other end of that jack cable into the Zoom H1, And then the headphones into the Zoom H1 as well. I know it's super nerdy showing you all that, but it's the closest I can get to actually demonstrating the sound quality of the U4. It's not perfect, but what are you going to do? If you're using a wireless system, one of the most important factors is battery life. Xvive claimed the U4 can do 5 hours of playing time. I did test that, but I'm not going to make you sit through 5 hours of audio because I'm not Henning Pauli. Sorry, Henning. The first thing I did was turn on both units and run them till they were entirely flat. Then I fully recharged them, which took about an hour and 20 minutes. Then using the same setup that I used in the distance test with the iPad and the sound card and everything, I played that overnight and they lasted just over 5 hours. Bear in mind that they were quite close together, so if you're further apart, I guess that would take more power to transmit. I don't know on that one. Please let me know in the comments section. As I mentioned earlier, the U4 operates on 2.4 gigahertz, but has 6 channels. Now in this room, there's a lot of Wi-Fi going on. I'm operating the camera with Wi-Fi to my iPad. There's my laptop over there. I've got my phone somewhere. What I'm going to do is turn on all my Wi-Fi devices and try and get this thing to fail. I've got 2 wireless guitar systems here. I'm going to turn those on, put them right next to the unit and see if it affects anything. So far, nothing. Let's put them in searching mode. Gonna go outside again. I had my phone in my pocket the whole time, so that's several Wi-Fi devices operating. That was the U4, 2 guitar wireless units from Newx. The iPad is doing Wi-Fi to the camera, which failed instantly. The MacBook and my Behringer mixing desk, which is searching for the iPad app. Cards on the table, I expected the U4 to fail there. It didn't. I'm impressed. Let's talk about build quality, because these things could get knocked around quite a lot. This is metal and plastic. This is entirely metal, and Xvive have made a good choice there because that's the thing that could get dropped, knocked around and smashed and kicked around on the floor at a gig. If I was to put a number on the build quality, I would give it a very high number out of 10. 9.5 probably. The only real way to test the build quality is to do a drop test, which I've never done before and I am scared to do so right now. But let's go to that camera up there as well. Hello, camera up there. This is about 1.5 meters from the floor. I'm just going to release them. Here we go. Oh. Okay, nothing seems to have happened. It's not even scratched. I'm going to do it again, just in case, this time a bit higher. From now about 2 meters. Does it still work? It still works! Success! Well done, Xvive. So thank you to Xvive for sending me the U4 system to demo. I think they've done pretty damn well. Also thank you to you for watching. You've made it to the end of the video. To let me know that you did make it to the end of the video, when you're leaving your comment down below, please also include the word euphoria. And while you're down there, give me a thumbs up, that really helps out, and subscribe to the channel, and do all the rest of the stuff. You're asking so much of you today. Thank you so much. I wish you well, and I will see you again soon. I'm the Guitar Geek. Bye-bye.